Assassins of the Mingshat Diane.
I never thought the Daxia Martial God Hall's Lord would end up like this.
Wang Hao, the Martial God Hall's Lord.
Speak. Who sent you? The Mingshat Diane.
Go. The Saint Realm. You have already surpassed the ordinary and become a saint.
Ziruo, warlord of the Martial God Hall.
Lord Mingshat Diane, return to the mortal world. Ziruo implores the Lord, for the sake of all living beings under heaven, return to the temple.
All living beings are under heaven. What does it have to do with me, a lowly brick mover? My heart already belongs to another. The matter of maintaining stability in the world should be left to you.
Hey. What? It's bad. Lord, people from the Mingshat Diane have kidnapped your wife.
Oh really? They are. Forcing my hand. Then the fate of all living beings under heaven concerns me, Juan. Send me the location.
Yes.
Yi Qingcheng, the wife of Wang Hao.
Master.
Assassins of the Mingshat Diane.
No wonder this Wang Hao is so reluctant to leave. The most beautiful woman in Tianhai truly lives up to her reputation. Of course, this Yi Qingcheng has reached her current status in the entertainment industry. Do you think it's because of her acting skills? Isn't it because of her looks? But Master, haven't our people from the Mingshat Diane already gone to find that Wang Hao? Martial God Hall Lord, #1 in the world. Do you think he is so easily dealt with?
Since you know I'm not easy to deal with, why come here to die?
Wang Hao, no matter how glorious you were before, you were seriously injured and left the Martial God Hall 3 years ago. 3 years as a son-in-law. I don't believe you still have the same fighting power as before.
Then guess how I got here.
Ming 17 and the others have already been killed by you.
Insignificant clowns. Killed is killed. But you, knowing my identity, still came looking for death.
I don't believe Lord Ming 17 would die at the hands of a cripple like you. Wang Hao, no matter how strong you are, now your weakness is in my hands. What can you do?
Sword, come. You know nothing about true power.
Lord.
Since the Mingshat Diane has challenged me, then I have no choice but to accept. You take her back first.
And you.
I want to ask this Tianhai City Lord, what's going on?
Yuan Dianzhang, the Tianhai City Lord.
I die.
Little beauty, you've been caught by the City Lord. I'll make you taste this City Lord's power. Who are you? How did you appear in my City Lord's mansion?
Sword, come.
You are the Lord of the Martial God Hall.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
Yi Qingcheng of the Yi family is my wife. But just now, she was taken by people from the Netherkill Hall, kidnapped, as the mayor of Tianhai City. You allowed the Nether Hall to run rampant in Tianhai. You deserve to die, or do you not?
My lord, please give me a chance to make amends. My lord, I am willing to cooperate with the Martial God Hall to find the remnants of the Nether Kill Hall in Tianhai and support the Yi family to become the pinnacle of power in Tianhai. My lord, I wish to hold a welcome banquet for you tonight. Host a welcome banquet. At that time, all the prominent figures of Tianhai will be present to bask in your radiance, my lord. At the same time, I will also have the Yi family at this banquet take the highest seat in Tianhai.
Ching Cheng followed me and endured 3 years of gossip. At that time, at this banquet, she can wear the phoenix crown that rightfully belongs to her. The star of tonight's banquet should be Yi Ching Cheng.
I understand. Not only will all the prominent figures of Tianhai be present tonight, will be there, but even a list directors and stars from Daxia will also be there. At that time, Miss Yi will become the true queen of Daxia. Farewell, my lord.
Then do I have that right?
What did you just say?
Wang Hao, I think you should know very well that we're together only because of my grandfather's marriage contract. My mother is right. All these years, you've indeed had a big impact on me. I've endured so much ridicule. But I've never blamed you. If you could have stayed grounded, perhaps, even if this marriage was a mistake, I could have endured it a little longer, but I didn't expect you to spout such nonsense today. Wang Hao, I'm so disappointed in you.
What I just said is true. And it will soon come to pass.
It will soon come to pass. 3 years, Wang Hao. I've waited 3 years, but I don't see a shred of hope. Just let me go.
Didn't you hear me? Get out. Don't buzz around here like a fly, annoying everyone. You dare hit me?
Young Master Chen, you're crazy. Do you know that by offending young Master Chen in Tianhai City, you'll have nowhere to go?
Just because of him.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson today. Deputy Zhang has arrived.
Deputy Zhang? Isn't that the city lord's right-hand man? Why is he at our house? I wonder why Deputy Zhang has come to our residence. What brings you here?
You're too kind, Miss Yi. I've come
The
on the
film
city
was
lord's orders
translated and
to invite Miss
narrated
Yi
by M.
to tonight's
Media.
Linksio feast. This is the invitation.
The Lingxiao feast? Inviting me?
Today's feast is being held by the city lord, specifically for Miss Yi. Not only will all the prominent figures of Tianhai be there, but also Daxia's top stars and directors will be in attendance. After tonight, Miss Yi will become the Empress of Daxia.
Adjutant Zhang Zheng. I don't know how I could be so fortunate to receive the favor of the city lord.
Your Yi family will produce a dragon. Soaring to great heights is just around the corner. The city lord doing this also hopes that your Yi family, when you stand at the top of the pyramid in the future, will be able to lend a hand.
Young Master Chen, is the city lord doing this because of you?
Naturally. Perhaps the city lord sees the potential rise of my Chen family.
Did you hear that, trash? Get out of here now.
Insolent.
Adjutant Zhang, why is this happening?
Don't tell me you think the extraordinary individual I spoke of is from this Chen family? If it's not our Chen family, who else is worthy of being called extraordinary? Ouch. The Chen family might be considered a force in Tianhai. But in Daxia, they're not even as good as ants. A drop in the ocean. How could the city lord even care? Could it be that you Chen family members think that the Chen family doesn't even take the city lord seriously? No, no.
Please, Adjutant Zhang, explain clearly. If it's not the Chen family, then who else? Has such a close relationship with the family?
The true dragon of the Yi family comes from the martial god hall.
Adjutant Zhang, do you mean an important figure from the martial god hall has taken a liking to my youngest daughter?
Something like that. I've already delivered the invitation, so I won't disturb you any longer. Let's go. Farewell, Adjutant Zhang. Adjutant Zhang.
Well, Chen Fai, how does it feel to be slapped in the face?
Shut up. Even if Chen isn't the true dragon, it's not your place to compare. Wang Hao, I'm sure you heard Adjutant Zhang's words clearly. What Adjutant Zhang just said. After tonight, you and I will be worlds apart. However, we were husband and wife. I hope
The film was translated
we can still part on good terms.
and narrated by M Media.
There's 5 million in this card. Sign it, and the card is yours.
So you think my 3 years with Wang Hao are only worth 5 million?
This is her giving you back 5 million. If it were me, I wouldn't give you a single cent. What? You want to haggle?
Or do you think your Chen family can act up in front of me?
Wang Hao, you shut up. These past 3 years, if it were for you, how could I have worked so hard? Still stuck in the 3rd grade. Now, I have this opportunity. Don't even think about being a stumbling block for me. Hurry up and sign.
Let me tell you, if it weren't for my secret support, with your pathetic acting skills, you wouldn't even be 3rd rate, not even close to 3rd rate.
You?
Very well. Since you're so confident, I'll show you. After leaving me, what will become of your Yi family? And what will become of you, Yi Ching Chen?
King Cheng. Don't listen to this good for nothing. Perform well at the banquet tomorrow. Dignitaries from all walks of life will be there. I'll be there with you too.
Thank you, young Master Chen. Lord, the family is so presumptuous. Should we cancel tonight's banquet?
Cancel it. Why cancel it? I'm rather looking forward to tonight's encounter.
Wang Hao, what are you doing here?
Miss Yi, this is...
Manager Liu, this is negligence on your part, isn't it? How did Wang Hao get into the banquet hall? Did he use my name?
Why would I need to use your name? I'm here, of course, because I received an invitation.
Tonight's banquet is only for Tianhai's top influencers and Daxia's A-list celebrities and directors. You say you have an invitation? That's utterly ridiculous. Wang Hao, I know you're hurt by our divorce. But if you ruin my important event today because of this, I will look down on you even more. And I will completely make you my enemy. Put you on the opposite side.
Miss Yi, aren't you a little too confident?
My lord, this couple. What's going on here? Miss Yi, you misunderstand. Mr. Wang did indeed receive an invitation. That's why he's here. Is that so? This useless live-in son-in-law has an invitation? Let me see it.
Manager Liu, I know you're looking out for me, but I want to tell you. Wang Hao and I have already signed a divorce agreement. He and I no longer have any relationship, so you don't need to consider me. Throw him out. Manager Liu, I thought you introduced me to some rich kid. After all this time, it's the family's live-in son-in-law? If I had known this, I wouldn't have shaken his hand.
If I were you, I'd get the hell out of here. After all, you being here only embarrasses Sister King Cheng. You dare hit me? Ms. Zhao. Look, he dared to hit me.
Let me see. This man is your husband, right? He beat Xiao Qi like this at tonight's banquet. Although it's hosted by the tianhai cities. You, for what you've done. Although you were chosen by the martial god halls. Important figure. But you're so high profile. Shouldn't you give me an explanation? Mr. Zhao, I've already said. Wang Hao and I are divorced. What he does now has nothing to do with me. Since that's the case, then I'll handle it. Good. Go.
Ms. Zhao, you misunderstand. It's absolutely a misunderstanding.
Manager Liu, you're just a dog beside Mayor Yuan. My Zhao family is the #1 family in Tianhai. Even Mayor Yuan has to be polite to my Tianhai Zhao family. How dare you stop me?
Ms. Zhao, it's not that I want
The
to stop
film
you,
was
but Mr.
translated
Wang,
and
he
narrated
really
by
was invited
Media.
to this banquet.
Those who can come to this banquet are either rich or noble. If this Wang Hao is just the family's live-in son-in-law, Yuan Dainzheng wouldn't specifically give him an invitation. Could it be he has another identity? He has an invitation. Take it out and let's see.
Sir, I know. You don't want to reveal your identity. Why don't you take out the invitation and shut them up?
With this fake invitation, you good-for-nothing son-in-law are too bold.
How so?
Our invitations all have blue borders, but yours is gold. You still dare to say it's real?
This Yi family's good for nothing, forged an invitation.
A gold-bordered invitation at that. He thinks he's the martial god halls. Big shot. Nothing to say, huh? Break his legs and throw him out of here.
Ms. Zhao, Mr. Wang,
Any more nonsense, and I'll break your legs too.
you.
It's fine. If she wants to make a scene, I'll play along. Let's see who can't handle it in the end.
Who can handle it, huh? Somebody. Wait, Miss Zhao. If Wang Hao's legs are really broken today, I'm afraid he won't even have the chance to make a living. After all, we were husband and wife. Miss Zhao, please have mercy. Just teach him a lesson.
I could hear it from miles away. My sister Zhao is angry. I wonder which. Blind fool. Pissed off my sister Zhao. So it's you good for nothing?
Young Master Chen, please plead with Mr. Zhao. Wang Hao, he's not.
King Cheng. I heard that the big shot from the Martial God Hall said they'll prepare more than a dozen. A list celebrities for you, and the female lead contract for director Zhang Yimou's film. They want to make you the #1 actress in Daxia. If you insist on protecting this guy, I'm afraid this is your last chance. I didn't expect that person from the Martial God Hall would be so generous to Miss Yi.
Such an extravagant lineup. I'm afraid the box office will be at least 10 billion. I've done everything I can to help you. Wang Hao, you're on your own.
Sister Zhao,
Young Master Chen, what? Do you want to protect him?
I want to protect him. Are you kidding me? I just have a small request. Tell you what, you pissed off my sister Zhao today. Breaking your legs is a given. If you lick my shoes clean, I can plead with Sister Zhao for you.
Young Master Chen, so that's your idea. You should have said so earlier. I'll give you this face.
Lick your shoes. Are you worthy?
Wang Hao, I knew you were stubborn. But let me tell you, today, you lick or not, you still have to lick. Sister Zhao, I want to borrow your men. Ugh. Wang Hao, I know you're a good fighter, but do you think being
The
a good
film was
fighter is
translated
useful?
and
Do you think
narrated by
you can
Media.
get out of this banquet hall today? Young Master Chen, before things get out of hand, choose your words carefully. Manager Liu, what benefits did this loser give you that you keep defending him? I'd like to know how you'll explain this to Mayor Yuan when he arrives later.
Step aside.
These people dare to provoke the Lord of the Hall to death. It seems the power structure in Tianhai is about to be reshuffled.
Just now. You said I couldn't get out of here, right?
You, a good for nothing, came one after another, suppressed the two great families of Tianhai City. Crippling your legs was already merciful. You don't understand gratitude. Do you think you deserve to die or not?
Indeed, you deserve to die.
All right, then commit suicide and apologize.
What I said was, you deserve to die.
Are you looking for death?
If I remember correctly, the martial god hall forbids anyone from carrying weapons.
Good. I think everyone present shouldn't speak of this, right?
Young Master Chun, what you did today is for the sake of Tianhai's elite, upholding righteousness. How could we, those present, spread this around? That's right, young Master Chun. This kid is provoking all of Tianhai's elite. You must uphold justice for Tianhai's elite and kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
See, the will of the people. You deserve to die. Warlord Zeruo has arrived.
Warlord Zeruo. Is it the martial god halls? Warlord Zeruo? Besides the martial god halls, warlords. Who outside dares to call themselves a warlord? If she's here, she's as mysterious as that lord. Doesn't that mean the one who fancies the Ching Cheng is the martial god hall's lord?
We greet Warlord Zeruo.
Greet the lord.
What? How is this possible? How could this waste be the martial god hall's lord?
I just tried to cripple the lord's legs. Tianhai City, these blind fools, repeatedly provoke the lord. Lord, do you want to reshuffle Tianhai City?
Just now, you told me to kneel and lick your shoes, and said you wanted to kill me.
I
insulted you, and pointed a gun at your head. What crime have I committed?
Death by 1,000 cuts. Extermination of 9 generations.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. This waste couldn't possibly be the martial god hall's lord. This must be an actor you found.
That's right. The martial god hall's lord couldn't possibly have been the family's live-in son-in-law for 3 years. Besides, Warlord Zeruo is elusive. In all of Daxia, you know, her true face, if you really wanted to find someone to play the part, maybe they could truly pass as the real deal.
You piece of trash. How dare you impersonate the martial god hall's lord?
To dare point a gun at the lord, I'm dead.
If you are the martial god hall's lord, I am the one. The king of Daxia. You piece of trash. Aren't you the lord of the martial god hall? How? I'm pointing a gun at you. You don't dare move.
Not moving. Not because I'm afraid, but because I disdain to.
You're courting death.
You don't even have bullets.
This is impossible.
How are you going to kill me?
You're looking for death. Ouch.
This good-for-nothing son-in-law not only impersonated the lord of the martial god hall, but also knocked out all of Chen Deshao's teeth. Every single one. He's utterly audacious. This time, even Miss C, no matter how favored she is by that esteemed individual from the martial god hall, I'm afraid she will be implicated as well. Wang Hao, have you caused enough trouble? If you keep this up, let alone you, even my family, will not be able to escape blame. Wang Hao, if you leave now, I can still put in a good word for you.
I am the king. Why would I need the protection of others?
Madman. You madman. I, the Ching Chang, have been with you for 3 years. I was truly blind.
I think those are my words.
The film was
I was the blind one.
translated and
All of this
narrated by
was originally
Media.
prepared for you. Good. Now, you personally destroy it all. It no longer belongs to you. What Daxia Shadow Queen? And this Phoenix Crown? You're simply not worthy. What Golden Tower lead are you talking about? It's all bullshit. I'm standing right here. Who dares to kill me?
That's Mayor Yuan. Prepared this for Miss Thea and that esteemed individual. I never thought, in my lifetime, I would actually see someone cause such chaos in the Lingzhao Palace. It's over. It's all over. You ruined everything. If the martial god hall becomes enraged, the entire Tianhai will cease to exist. If the martial god hall truly becomes enraged, will all of us be implicated? I knew I shouldn't have come to this goddamn Lingzhao feast. If we don't want the martial god hall to pursue this, we must make this good-for-nothing son-in-law end his own life. Atone with death. Wang Hao, why haven't you atoned with death? Do you want everyone to die with you?
Those words coming from your mouth have a certain flavor. I shouldn't have saved you.
Even now, you still speak such arrogant words. You say you saved me. Proof?
No proof is needed. I saw it with my own eyes today. It was Wang Hao who saved you.
It's the eldest daughter of the Nangong family from the capital, Nangong Zoo. What brings Miss Nangong here? Could it be she's here for the banquet?
Yu Ching Cheng, indeed. She does have some charm. Just too foolish. I'll take you away.
You can't take me away. Not even the Nangong family can take me away. He's a sinner of the martial god hall. This Nangong family, though they possess some strength for the martial god hall, they are still far from a match. Wang Hao thinks that, with the Nangong family's backing, he can cause trouble at the Lingxiao Grand Feast. But in reality, he's putting the Nangong family on the fire. Young mistress, this is after all the martial god hall's banquet. If we offend the martial god hall,
let go.
Thank you for your kindness, but I've said it before. I need no one's protection. How long until they arrive?
They will arrive within 3 minutes.
Good. I'll let you all see what the martial god hall can do to me.
Young mistress, this Wang family cast-off is so arrogant. Why would you involve the Nangong family in this? Let him fend for himself.
Then how about you take charge of all future Nangong family matters?
I wouldn't dare. I'm just worried about the martial god hall.
Wang Hao, what are you trying to do? Even if you possess the skills of a warlord, you're provoking the martial god hall. If that person truly blames you, even 10 lives wouldn't be enough for you. If he really clashes with the martial god hall later, take Wang Hao away immediately.
Young mistress, you.
Martial god hall. Azure Dragon warlord arriving. City lord arriving.
It's actually the Azure Dragon warlord. This is the second most powerful person in the martial god hall, a figure above tens of thousands. Could it be... Is the one who fancies Miss the truly that person? I hope what just happened won't implicate everyone present.
The film was translated
Otherwise,
and narrated
Wang
by
Hao,
media.
Azure Dragon warlord and City Lord are here. Do you regret it?
Regret? Why would I regret it? Zeruo,
Yes.
I'll sit right here today and see how your city lord Yuan and Azure Dragon warlord will punish me.
Could something have happened at this banquet? Why is everyone gathered here? Could someone be causing trouble at the banquet prepared by the city lord? Causing trouble? Get lost. Can't even fart after half a day. Making a fool of the Azure Dragon warlord. Get lost.
Greetings, City Lord.
Zhao Honkin, tell us. What happened here?
Mayor, the one who ruined tonight's banquet and injured young Master Chun, is the same person.
How dare you? Who is it? Who is so bold?
It's that good-for-nothing son-in-law of the family. Wang Hao, I warned you, but you wouldn't listen. Now, Azure Dragon warlord, and the mayor will certainly not let you go. I suggest you act like a man and take responsibility for all this.
Is that so? Yuan Chansan.
What? You dare address the mayor by name?
Why wouldn't I dare?
Mayor, it was that useless live-in son-in-law who ruined tonight's banquet. I implore you, Mayor, to severely punish him and restore peace to Tianhai.
Get lost.
Mayor, are you scolding the wrong person? He's the one who ruined the banquet.
Shut up. One more word, and I'll make the Zhao family disappear.
Mayor, Azure Dragon warlord, I've already ended my engagement with this waste. His actions today have nothing to do with the family. I hope you won't implicate others.
Miss Yi, is there some misunderstanding?
Mayor. Azure Dragon warlord. I heard you intend to execute me here.
Azure Dragon warlord. Mayor, although Wang Hao is my ex-husband, we never crossed that line. I'm still a virgin. So please, you two don't need to hesitate. I'll execute him directly.
What game is this lord playing? If I say the wrong thing, will I lose my head? As for the execution, let's discuss it later.
It's best to avoid letting these riffraff ruin everyone's mood. Azure Dragon Warlord. When will the Lord arrive?
Lord,
The Lord isn't coming.
What? This Ling Shao feast was prepared for the Lord, wasn't it? Could it be that because of Wang Hao's disruption, the Lord isn't coming? It must be because of my ex-husband that the Lord is upset and isn't coming. Please, you two, take
The
action.
film was translated
Azure
and
Dragon Warlord,
narrated
please
by
make your move.
Media.
Azure Dragon Warlord. Although Wang Hao is somewhat outspoken, there's a reason for his actions. Azure Dragon Warlord. For the sake of my Nangong family, could you spare his life?
What is the Lord up to? I knew I shouldn't have come today.
If Azure Dragon Warlord doesn't speak, I'll take it as your consent. Thank you. Hurry up and leave.
Stand by Miss Nangong. Are you really going to stand up for this waste of space and defend the Martial God Hall?
Is it worth it? Since Miss Yi doesn't want it, why destroy it?
You?
Since we've come this far, let me give you a friendly reminder. Right now, you're just favored by the Hallmaster. If you want to lecture me, wait until you're the actual Hallmaster's wife. Let's go.
Lord Azure Dragon, are you just going to let them leave like that?
Don't worry. Those who offend the Hall Master won't have a good ending.
Mayor, the lead actress for my film.
The Hall Master and this Yi King Cheng seem to have completely broken up. In that case, there's no need for me to keep kissing up to the Yi family. We'll discuss this matter later. Please.
They said it was a big budget film. So how did it just disappear? It feels like the family has fallen out of favor. Damn you, Wang Hao. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, I'd be cutting the ribbon with the Hall Master right now. Hello? I understand. I'll leave for the capital right away. Hall Master, I knew you wouldn't give up on me.
Greetings, Hall Master.
rise.
Hall Master, why didn't you announce your identity at the banquet just now?
There's no need to stay in Tianhai anymore. I announced my identity to help the Yi family reach the top. But now there's no need for that.
By the way, Hall Master, there's something I want to report to you.
Say,
Someone sent me an invitation the other day. Invited me.
invited you to participate in the crusade against the Mingshat Dian Banquet.
How does the Hall Lord know?
Nangong Zhu just told me. I just don't know which family in the capital initiated this. And who is this person impersonating the Hall Lord?
You know this Hall Lord too.
Oh,
Wang Xin of the Wang family in the capital.
Wan Din. My cousin has such ability.
The film was translated.
Have you investigated his
and
relationship with the
narrated
Mingshat
by
Dian?
Media.
Still investigating, but there's something fishy about this. Impersonating the Hall Lord is a capital offense punishable by the extermination of 9 generations. If he doesn't have a backup plan, he certainly wouldn't dare to do this.
My brother has been extraordinary since childhood, extremely scheming. When I was kicked out of the house, he also played a significant role. But if he's also involved with the Nether Palace, then don't blame me for disregarding this. Brotherly affection.
The Hall Lord received notification that the Qing Chang received an invitation from the Wang family and has now taken a plane to the capital.
It seems the purpose of this banquet is directed at me. Then I must attend.
Three days later.
Wang Hao, did you remember what I told you before?
I remember.
Everyone attending this banquet today, in terms of both status and position, is incomparable to the previous Tianhai feast before. And you going in today represents my Nangong family. You mustn't make any mistakes.
Don't worry, I remember everything. Let's go.
We are here to attend the banquet by invitation.
Please.
He's with me.
I'm sorry, sir. No admittance without an invitation.
Wang Din put you up to this, didn't he?
Haha, what did you say, sir? I don't quite understand. Please cooperate with my work.
Wang Din, your methods are somewhat childish, aren't they? What if I insist on entering?
Haha, kid. You're truly laughable. This is a banquet hosted by the Martial God Hall, let alone Daxia. Even the entire world has few who dare trespass.
I don't believe you. I want to try.
Wang Hao, you promised me you wouldn't cause trouble.
I'm not causing trouble. He's the one provoking me.
Don't worry, I'll handle this for you. Hello, I'm Nangong Shui from the Nangong family, and this is my fiancé. This trip was rather rushed, and we haven't had time to apply for an invitation. Could you please make an exception for us?
The Nangong family is one of the 3 great families of Jingchang. I think there should be quite a bit of money in Miss Nangong's card, right?
A mere 2 million. A small token of our appreciation.
Miss Nangong, are you questioning my professional ethics? I'm not letting him in today. I'd like to see what you can do to me.
You.
Look here. Reasoning with this kind of person is pointless. Let me handle this. I'd like to see if I can get in or not.
I'd like to see what you can do to me. Kid. You dare hit me? Let me tell you. This is a banquet hosted by the Martial God Hall today. You're provoking the Martial God Hall by doing this.
Let me tell you. Wang Din doesn't represent the Martial God Hall. And you don't represent the Martial God Hall either. I'm going to see if I can get in. What can you do?
Someone is trespassing at the banquet.
Wang Hao, you promised me you wouldn't cause any trouble.
Since Wang Din invited prominent figures from all over, he wouldn't just lay his hands on me here. Don't worry. Wait for me here. I'll take care of something.
Where are they?
Are you talking to me?
Of course I'm talking to you. Who else?
My Nangong family was invited to this banquet. No matter how powerful your martial god hall is, it's not up to a security guard like you to boss me around.
Let's go. He must have gone backstage.
Wang Hao, this time. How will you resolve this situation?
From now on, I will be the one in Daxia. The one everyone looks up to, the Martial God Hall Master.
Is this the Martial God Hall Master? So young.
He's not just the Martial God Hall Master. He's also the Jingchang Wang family heir. With this dual identity, let alone Daxia, even globally, no one can stand above his authority.
Hall Master.
Let's go. I'll take you to the stage.
All right.
This must be the Hall Master's wife. This Yi King Cheng. I heard she's married. Being with the Martial God Hall Master like this, wouldn't it be hard to explain?
You went to see him just now.
Yes.
So, your conflict with the Martial God Hall is resolved.
Martial God Hall.
It's true. You and this Wang Xin are cousins after all. Between family, there's no knot that can't be untied. I also only realized that the Martial God Hall Master was one of your Wang family after the fact. That's why I understand why you dared to act like that at the Tianhai feast.
If it were the Martial God Hall, the conflict should have just begun.
Welcome everyone, despite your busy schedules, to this banquet. Here, I raise a glass to all of you.
To the Hall Master.
I believe everyone already knows the purpose of this banquet, right?
Rest assured, Hall Master. Those Mingxat dying rats dare to show themselves again. Then we will definitely assist the Hall Master with all our might. This time, we will definitely wipe out the Mingxat Dian.
Exactly. The Mingxat Dian is the most evil force in the world. This time, we will not let them remain in this world.
Everyone. As for the annihilation of the Mingshat Dian, we'll talk about us later. For now, let's not dwell on it. Actually, there's something else I want to announce today. I want to share something with everyone. King Cheng and I. It was love at first sight. So, I intend to invest 100 billion to propel King Cheng to become the top triple threat star in Daxia, the top-a-list triple threat actress.
The Ching Chang of the Tianhai the family is incredibly fortunate to win the Hallmasters such affection.
Hallmaster, with those words, it seems there's cause for celebration. So when can we expect a celebratory drink?
Well, I
object.
Who is this guy? How dare he openly oppose the Hallmaster, disrupting the harmony?
Hey, hold on. He's the former abandoned son of the Wang family. However, he's now our Hallmaster's cousin.
Cousin, if you have something to say, speak your mind. Let everyone hear it.
All right. Everyone. Yi Ching Cheng is my ex-wife. Although we're divorced. Wang Xin's actions are immoral. I object.
This the Ching Cheng. Was this abandoned son's wife?
This is interesting. However, he's just an abandoned son. How dare he oppose our esteemed Hallmaster? Isn't he afraid of being cast out, abandoned by the world?
Wang Hao, enough. You ruined 3 years of my life. Do you intend to ruin my entire life?
Yi Ching Cheng. You don't really think he married you?
The film was
Out of genuine
translated
affection,
and
do you?
narrated by M.
What else could it
Media.
be? The esteemed Hallmaster, heir to the Wang family. What more could he possibly want from me?
Ha! King Cheng. It seems my cousin misunderstands me greatly.
Hallmaster, don't mind him. This Wang Hao spent 3 years in the family. His character, I know all too well. It's simply a case of wanting to destroy what he can't have.
Oh?
Ha ha ha. Wang Hao. Although you're a Wang, you were long ago disowned by the family. Being able to attend this banquet today is the greatest honor you'll ever have in your life. Furthermore, Miss Yi has nothing to do with you. Even if she did, she's now favored by the Hallmaster. That in itself is the greatest honor for you and Miss Yi. And yet you dare to provoke our Hallmaster? Provoke our Hallmaster here? The top-a-list triple threat actress. Execute you on the spot.
Not bad for the Hallmaster, if not for blood ties. You are merely a manipulable insect. How dare you act so presumptuously here? Hallmaster, I dare to offer my service to you and eliminate this abandoned young master.
Hallmaster, I also wish to eliminate this impudent fool for you.
You can't seriously think he's the martial god Hall's Hallmaster, can you?
Young Master Wang isn't? Could it be that you, this abandoned young master, are?
Precisely.
Ha ha ha. This is utterly preposterous. Aren't you just relying on that sliver of blood relation you have with the Hallmaster to spout such nonsense? If the Hallmaster wasn't merciful, just based on your crime of impersonating the Hallmaster, you could be executed 100 times over.
Wang Hao, enough. Stop this nonsense.
Since you all believe that this Wang Den is the martial god Hall's Hallmaster, then why not have him produce the martial god Hall's token as proof? How about that?
Hallmaster, since this waste is courting death, then let's oblige him. Bring out the martial god ring and show it to him.
Hallmaster, after this waste, seize the martial god ring. I'm willing to eliminate this shameless wretch for you. Execute this shameless scoundrel.
To be honest, my martial god ring was lost 3 years ago.
Lost?
It's lost. Or is it not?
Cousin, what do you mean by that?
You don't have it. I do.
What? Could Wang Hao be the true martial god Hallmaster? The martial god ring, how could it be in the hands of that abandoned young master?
Could it be that everything Wang Hao said is true? The martial god ring is in his possession? Could Wang Xin be deceiving us?
Splendid. Truly splendid. Everyone, you've all been deceived by this Wang Hao.
Young Master Wang? What do you mean by that?
Everyone, as I just said. It was lost 3 years ago. At the time, I never suspected my cousin, who knew he couldn't contain himself, and revealed himself.
Oh. So, you're saying you are the true Hall Master, and he stole your ring?
The film was translated and narrated
Precisely.
by M Media.
Yes, it must be so. He couldn't possibly be Lord of the Martial God Temple. He must have stolen the Lord's martial god ring. Wang Hao, you piece of trash. Not only did you dare to impersonate the Lord, but you also dared to steal the Lord's martial god ring.
Yi Ching Cheng. You really are beyond redemption.
You're just convinced that the Lord cares about your blood ties and wouldn't dare to act, right? Lord, the Ching Cheng of the family, is willing to act on behalf of the Lord and execute this shameless impostor. The Ching Cheng is Wang Hao's ex-wife. Even he says Wang Hao isn't the Lord. So Wang Hao definitely isn't the Lord. No, I have to pick a side quickly. Otherwise, all the benefits will go to the Tianhai, the family. Lord, the Su family of the capital, is willing to execute this thief.
Lord, the Thunderclap sect is also willing to execute this thief.
And me, the Tiancheng Gate.
Soul-snatching palace.
Thank you all for your kindness. But my cousin doesn't want me to prove that I am the Lord of the Martial God Temple, does he? This is actually quite simple.
Can't the Lord prove his identity without the martial god ring?
Indeed.
Azure Dragon War God has arrived. This Azure Dragon War God in the Martial God Temple is second only to the Lord himself. My Thunderclap sect and him have only met once, but I'm certain this is him. Azure Dragon greets Lord.
Cousin, now I can prove that I am the Lord of the Martial God Temple, right?
Azure Dragon. You.
Wang Hao, although you share blood ties with the Lord, impersonating the Lord of the Martial God Temple is a grave offense. It's fortunate the Lord is merciful. Otherwise, you would already be dead. I advise you to behave yourself.
Ha ha ha. Cousin, what else do you have to say now?
Since the Azure Dragon War God is already proven that Wang Xin is the Lord of the Martial God Temple, this farce should end.
Indeed. Although the Azure Dragon War God is a mysterious figure, but he and the Master of the Martial God Hall are very close. So what he said must be true. So now the truth is out. This Wang Hao is a complete fraud.
Since there's nothing more to say, then this is the Palace Master's throne. Then I shall take my seat.
We greetings, Hall Master.
Everyone, please rise. According to the information I received, my cousin seems to be involved with that Mingshat Dian.
What? Nether Slaughter Palace. This abandoned sign is actually a member of the Nether Slaughter Palace?
I wanted to give him another chance. My cousin seems to be involved with that. Running to this grand hall to impersonate me? Everyone, in your opinion, how should this matter be handled?
Kill him.
This Mingshat Dian remnant cannot be spared. Your Highness, mindful of blood ties, some people are unaware. In my view, it's best to kill him.
Kill him.
Stop.
Miss Nangong, you wouldn't be protecting this Mingshat Dian remnant, would you?
The Mingshat Dian is the most evil force in the world. Your Nangong family, although a top-tier family in Daxia, if you wish to preserve this remnant, to oppose the entire righteous force of Daxia, isn't that a bit of a fool's errand? Moreover, he is someone the Martial God Hall wants to execute.
Hall Master, I believe Wang Hao. He is definitely not a Mingshat Dian remnant. There must be some misunderstanding. I hope the Hall Master, for the sake of my Nangong family, will spare his life.
Miss Nangong, are you saying that your Nangong family will guarantee that my cousin is not from the Mingshat Dian?
Yes.
This silly girl, for my sake, openly offended so many forces in Daxia.
Hallmaster, don't listen to her. He and that Wang Hao are birds of a feather. Previously in Tianhai City, He stood up for Wang
The
Hao,
film was translated
claiming Wang Hao was his
and
fiancé,
narrated by M Media.
and even openly slapped the face of the martial god Hall. The Azure Dragon War God was also present at the time.
Azure Dragon War God. Is this true?
It is true.
Miss Nangong. If that's the case, your Nangong family's guarantee might not be believed.
Miss Nangong, you said earlier that the Qing Cheng wasn't qualified to boss you around unless I became the Hall Master's wife. Now I ask you, do I have that qualification?
Miss Nangong, if you truly wish to protect my cousin, I have a plan that benefits both sides.
Hall Master, please tell.
Miss Nangong, if I remember correctly, the marriage alliance between your Nangong family and my Wang family didn't specify which member of my Wang family did it.
Hall Master, what do you mean?
The Mingshat Dian has been resurrected and reappeared before everyone. They must have obtained some means. And your Nangong family, as a powerful Daxia family, if you join with my Wang family in marriage, wouldn't our chances against the Mingshat Dian increase by a few %?
What, Hall Master? If Nangong Zhu becomes the Hall Master's wife, what about me?
King Cheng, I'm doing this for the sake of the people. I think you understand me, right? Miss Nangong, what are your thoughts?
Hall Master.
Miss Nangong, if I remember correctly, your Nangong family is betrothed to my Wang family. And this cousin of mine was expelled from the Wang family 3 years ago. In other words, he is no longer one of us. So the only one who can be betrothed to you is me, Wang Xin. Furthermore, everyone present in this hall is a righteous person with the world in their hearts. Before the great enemy of the Mingshat Dian arrives, your Nangong family, as the most powerful family in Daxia, shouldn't you step forward even more resolutely? Back then, I gave it my all. But I still couldn't kill Mingshat Dian. It's conceivable how difficult it is to deal with this Mingshat Dian.
Miss Nangong, although my Su family is no match for your Nangong family, since the Palace Lord has already made it clear, if you refuse again, I'm afraid it won't be justifiable.
That's right, Miss Nangong. The Palace Lord's meaning is very clear. If you want to protect this remnant, then you can only agree to this marriage.
Miss Nangong, I've made it very clear. My marriage to you is only for the purpose of exterminating the Mingshat Dian. After we defeat Mingshat Dian, I can return your freedom at any time.
Don't listen to him.
Wang Hao, Miss Nangong is saving your life. Do you really think I dare not kill you?
Hall Master, there's no need to say more. I agree.
Good eye, Hall Master, announce that my wedding date with Nangong Zhu is set for 3 days from now, after everyone has finished my wedding banquet. I will personally lead the expedition to kill the Mingshat Dian.
The film
Cousin,
was
I told you long
translated
ago
and narrated by M
that I
Media.
would take back everything that belongs to me, one by one.
Wang Din.
How dare you disrespect the Palace Lord?
How?
Hey, King Long. I already promised Miss Nangong that I wouldn't make things difficult for my cousin. What are you doing?
My apologies, I was wrong.
Oh. Right. So this is considered returning things to their rightful owner, right?
I spit on you, you jumping clown.
Just you, a discarded son, think you can compete with our Palace Lord for the throne? You're delusional.
Wang Hao. Are you satisfied now?
If
it weren't for you causing such a commotion today, why would I have to marry someone I don't love?
Someone you don't love. Wait a minute.
What What else are you going to do?
Don't worry. I won't let you marry someone you don't want to.
Wang Hao, please be reasonable. Now, Wang Xin. He's not only the heir to the Wang family, but he's also the palace lord of the martial god hall. Not to mention me. Even the entire Nangong family can't disobey his will. You've seen it yourself. Never mind him, Wang Xin. Even the Azure Dragon War God by his side. You can't withstand. Since now you have been expelled from the Wang family, don't even think about going back to fight for their power. In this game of power, you've already been eliminated. This card contains 100 million. Enough to ensure you a comfortable life for the rest of your days. Take it and leave the capital. Only by leaving Wang Xin's sphere of influence will he possibly spare your life. And I will do everything in my power to protect you. Wang Hao, I truly hope you can heed my words. Farewell.
Wan Din.
Hall Master, I was remiss at the pre-expedition feast. I beg your forgiveness.
You did well. How is the investigation I tasked you with going? What have you found?
Everything is as you predicted, Hall Master. This Wang Xin is indeed a remnant of the Mingshat Dian.
I really do have a good little brother. What about the various factions within the Great Xia?
Only a few remain independent. The majority are under Wang Xin's control. Are you going to close the net now, Hall Master?
It seems Wan Din has absorbed all the remaining forces of the Mingshat Dian. This time, when we close the net, I want a clean sweep. Not like last time, with some slipping through.
What should we do next?
Whom the heavens would destroy. They first make mad. He's on a roll right now. His guard must be up. Continue to lie low by his side. Wait until his guard is down, and all the remnants have revealed themselves. Then we'll make our move.
Understood.
Go and find out how many people are in the Wan family now, and how many factions are connected to the Mingshat Dian.
Yes.
Wan Din wants to take everything I have. He's not qualified.
Hallmaster, the entire Wang family, totals 346 people. 137 of them are members of the Mingshat Dian.
I was wondering where they all were. Turns out they've been right under my nose.
What do you plan to do with them, Hallmaster?
Not yet. Don't tip them off. My dear cousin. He's not just anyone. He's on a roll right now. It wouldn't be wise to crush him outright. Right, accompany me to the treasure pavilion later.
Why are we going to the treasure pavilion, Hallmaster?
I can't really let my dear cousin steal my engagement to Nangong Zoo, can I?
You're going to propose?
That's right. But I can't just steal my cousin's title now. The treasure pavilion has a plethora of treasures. There's bound to be something suitable.
I'll make the arrangements. Hallmaster, although the Nangong family is powerful, the martial god Hall is inherently stronger than the Mingshat Dian. Why marry someone else?
What? Are you jealous?
The Lord just thinks.
Don't worry, me and that Nangong Zoo. It's just a show. I said, I only have eyes for you.
Is the Lord telling the truth?
Of course. By the way, you haven't been in the capital long. You're not familiar with the capital. I know of a hidden treasure pavilion in the capital. It has a multitude of treasures inside. How about I take you there, to pick out some things you like?
I knew you were the best to me.
Wang Hao, oh Wang Hao. If you only knew, the woman you couldn't get for 3 years threw herself at me. How would you feel?
Lord, why? Are you staring at me?
I'm thinking about your clothes. Those old geezers.
So, the Lord means...
Why don't you change?
But I don't have any clothes to change into.
Don't worry, I have some.
Should I change here?
What? Are you afraid I'll peek
No. Lord, zero doesn't mean that.
Change here. There's still 10 minutes until we reach the treasure pavilion. Plenty of time for you to change.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Zero isn't young anymore. It's time to find her a match.
Translated and narrated by M Media.
Lord, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just wear that.
Lord, this Nangong family is, after all, a top-tier family in Daxia. Ordinary items won't catch Master Nangong's eye. So what kind of treasure are you looking for?
Ordinary items. Master Nangong definitely won't look at. But what about a spirit-infused jade?
A jade containing true spirit. You can see the spiritual power of objects.
Lord, your power!
Could it be that you've already reached the transcendental realm?
Old man, this.
Young man, I'm giving you a friendly warning. This old man is a con artist. This guy just opened their mouth and asked for several 100,000. Don't be fooled by him.
Old K is not asking for an exorbitant price. Old K's items are only sold to those with fate.
Old man, have you already reached the Saint Realm?
You can see my strength, unless your own strength is above mine. But looking across Daxia, this old man has never heard of a Saint Realm expert of such a young age. Impressive.
Young man, I already warned you. If you don't listen, that's your problem. Why are you still playing along with this old man? Are you a shill hired by the old man?
You have no idea who you're talking to. Standing before you is.
You're saying this old man's items are trash? Then do you have something better?
Haha. Of course. I, Luo Cheng, have been in this treasure pavilion for more than 8 years. In hand. Naturally, there will be some rare treasures.
Then why not take your things and compare them with the old man's things?
How do we compare?
You can take out any item. And if its value compares to the value of this jade, then I'll buy your item for twice the price.
Hahaha. Kid, you're not trying to say that the old man's piece of jade is worth more than everything in my entire shop, are you? Where did this little brat come from? How dare you question Boss Luo's strength here? Boss Luo owns 3 shops in Jubao Pavilion. His strength is undeniable. His power is beyond doubt. Just casually taking out a broken piece of jade and saying it compares to Boss Luo's, you actually dare to speak such nonsense? Kid, did you hear? I won't make things difficult for you. Kneel down and kowtow 3 times. And I'll let you leave.
How dare you make our Lord kowtow to you? You're not worthy.
It's fine, if you dare. Then let's compare. We'll determine victory or defeat by the outcome.
Since you insist on making a fool of yourself, I won't stop you. Although in Daxia, I, Luo, am not a famous person, I'm still worth over 100 million. To gamble with me, you must first prove your strength.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
This is actually a War God Temple Black Warrior card, only owned by those above War God rank. It's said that this Black Warrior card, even the lowest tier, allows an overdraft of at least 100 billion. I see this woman seems to be the young person's attendant. What is the background of these two? A Black Warrior card. Who are you two?
Alright, now I've proven my strength. This warrior card can't be faked. Now, do you dare to gamble or not?
Humph, even if they're war gods from the War God Temple, they can still be mistaken. I, Luo Cheng, refuse to believe that a random old geezer can produce something better than mine. Fine, I'll gamble with you.
It's a deal.
However, the appraiser Must be chosen from my official Ji and Baoji appraisers.
No problem, old man. May I borrow your jade pendant?
No problem.
I won't bully you either. I won't use all the treasures in the shop. I'll only take out 3 treasures. If your jade is more valuable than my 3 treasures, I'll admit defeat. At that time, I'll count out and apologize.
Boss Lu, when will the person you're looking for arrive?
Soon.
Good.
It's actually Old Luo. Old Luo is a national treasure level appraiser. Boss Luo inviting you here shows he doesn't fear authority. He likely wants to use Old Luo to suppress the War God Temple, to ensure absolute fairness and impartiality. Nice to meet you, Elder Luo.
You're too kind, Boss Luo. You know how I am. As soon as I hear about treasures, I can't sit still. Even if you didn't invite me, I would have come myself. I just don't know what good stuff you've prepared today, boss. Let this old man feast his eyes.
There's no rush with my things. Please, Elder, take a look at our friends from the Martial God Hall's items first.
Different strokes for different folks. Although you two are friends of the Martial God Hall, you're so young. How many treasures could you have possibly appreciated? And yet you dare to speak so boldly here. It's a joke.
Elder Luo, why must you judge a book by its cover? Why not take a look at the treasure first?
I'd like to see what kind of treasure you have. This is a modern, imitation antique jade pendant. Although the jade quality is good, its value won't exceed 100,000 yuan.
Ha 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 ha. So it's only worth 100,000 yuans. I overestimated you too. If I had known, I wouldn't have bothered taking out my 3 prized possessions. Although the Martial God Hall is Xia's #1 power, everyone has their own expertise. Here in Treasure Pavilion, you can't just run wild as you please. That's right. A mere 100,000 yuan's jade pendant. How can it compare to Boss Luo's haul full of treasures? Speaking of which, I'm rather curious. Under these 3 red cloths, what terrifying things lie beneath?
Elder Luo, you appraised my jade pendant without even laying a hand on it.
Boss Luo, let's put aside the treasures of these 2 young friends from the Martial God Hall for now. I'm curious about what good things you've brought out. Please reveal them and let this old man have a look. Let me feast my eyes.
Ha 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 ha. Actually, this wager should have ended here. Since Elder Luo has spoken, and so many friends have come,
The film was translated
then I'll let
and
everyone see.
narrated by M Media.
Luo Cheng's treasures.
This is Yuan Dynasty blue and white porcelain. Even porcelain of this caliber is less than a handful in the entire Treasure Pavilion. Its value is at least tens of millions.
This porcelain plate is worth so much. For Luo Cheng to have a firm footing in Treasure Pavilion, he must have some real treasures up his sleeve. Relatively speaking, I'm more curious about the other 2 treasures he's prepared. What are they? Haha, no need for the remaining 2 treasures. This one-on-one has already decided the victor. The outcome is clear. I wonder how these 2 from the Martial God Hall will handle this.
Boss Luo, let this old man also appraise the other 2 items.
Alright. Alright. Ha ha ha.
The texture is translucent, not to mention the superb craftsmanship. Just the quality of the jade itself is enough to crush 99% of fine jade. And this is still among emeralds, the highest quality imperial green. Such a large piece, its value is at least over 100 million.
Please have a look, everyone.
A genuine Tang Yin.
What genuine Tang Yin? At the auction, the starting price is over 100 million. If this painting is real, then this is indeed a genuine Tang Yin. Once the genuine Tang Yin is out, boy, what else can you use to fight me?
Boss Luo dares to. Estimate this genuine Tong Yin at 500 million.
What? 500 million? Plus the previous two pieces. This is almost 1 billion. I didn't expect Boss Luo to have such strength. Old Luo is truly a discerning eye. I also looked for many appraisers before, and the final average price is exactly 500 million. This friend from the Martial God Hall. You said before that if I win, you would buy all of my treasures for double the price. I have 3 stores. All the treasures combined. Total 820 million. Hahaha. I'll round it down for you. You give me 1.6 billion. Hahaha. Swipe your card.
Swipe what card?
What? Can't the Martial God Hall afford to lose?
Lose? Who says I lost?
A muscle-brained fool. If you don't have the diamond, don't take on the porcelain work.
Old Luo, you are a leading figure in the appraisal world. But I dare to ask, do you really think my jade pendant is only worth 100,000?
Nonsense. This is just a piece of modern jade. I've already given you face, because of the Martial God Hall, and overestimated it.
So even Old Luo can make mistakes?
You dare question Old Luo?
Humph, short-sighted. Relying on seniority. I'll show you all today how much this treasure is truly worth.
Spiritual power emanates.
What spiritual power emanates? I want to see. This jade that's only worth 100,000.
The film was translated
How can you turn the
and
tables?
narrated by M Media.
Spiritual power emanates. Ordinary war god realm experts definitely can't do this. But even if this child is strong, how can he change the nature of the jade itself? Interesting.
Stop wasting your efforts. You.
Azure Dragon manifests.
Old Luo, what is Azure Dragon manifests?
Treasures of heaven and earth often seal powerful beings. If this old man is not mistaken, within this jade pendant is sealed a true dragon, possessing dragon spirit. The one who carries this jade pendant will have the Emperor's fortune bestowed upon them. Their descendants, for 100,000 years, will prosper endlessly.
Old Luo, since you figured it out, let me ask you, how much is my treasure worth?
Such a precious jade is beyond monetary value. If we must put a price on it, wouldn't it be a several billion?
A several billion. To secure the prosperity of our descendants for centuries to come, everlasting prosperity. If I had that kind of money, I'd do the same. Oh my goodness. I asked that old man, and he said it was only worth 880,000. If only I had bought it then.
Boss Luo, the outcome is clear. Shouldn't you honor our bet?
I has eyes but fails to recognize pearls. I has eyes but fails to recognize pearls.
Ha ha ha.
Greetings, Master.
What is it?
Wang Xin, the Lord of the Mortal Martial God Temple, learned that Master is at the Treasure Pavilion and invites you to a gathering.
Wang Xin, Lord of the Martial God Temple.
Indeed, before the recent expedition feast, Wang Xin confirmed his identity through the Azure Dragon War God he currently.
That guy's in the Martial God Temple? Wang Xin doesn't deserve to be the Lord. Ha ha ha. There's turmoil in the Martial God Temple. Seems like a good show is about to begin.
That old Taoist the Lord has left. We haven't paid him yet.
That old Taoist is no ordinary man.
You two war gods.
Boss Luo, What is the meaning of this?
Thank you for your mercy, we're gods. This is a small token of my appreciation. Please accept it.
There's no need. We've gained something today. We only hope that Boss Luo will keep a low profile from now on.
Yes, of course. You too. The Lord of the Martial God Temple should be at the auction. Aren't you going to follow him?
The Lord of the Martial God Temple?
Oh, right. The Wang family heir. He just bought some things from me. For the famous actress, Miss Yi, who's with him.
Interesting. Ziruo,
I'm here.
let's go take a look. What's my dear brother up to now?
Brother?
Lord, do you think this bracelet is beautiful?
Beautiful. What's wrong with him?
The
Lord,
film was translated
I don't see
and
Wang Shen.
narrated
He's
by
the Lord
M
now.
Media.
Why would he be in the main hall? He's in a private box, of course.
Then we...
It's fine. When he sees me, he'll come to me.
What's that good-for-nothing Wang Hao doing here? Lord, didn't you tell Nangong Zhu to have Wang Hao leave the capital? How dare he show his face before you?
The thoughts of a dying man are beyond my comprehension.
Indeed. Lord, shall we go to the main hall now?
You go ahead. I'll come find you later.
All right.
Young master, we couldn't find the empty gate's leader. But according to his disciples, he doesn't seem to want to see us.
Bringing Yi King Cheng to the treasure pavilion, it's just a facade. The most important thing is, we already know the empty gate sect master is in this treasure gathering pavilion. If you want to completely kill Wang Hao, winning over the empty gate sect master is the top priority. It couldn't be you lot, could it? Did you say something you shouldn't have?
We followed your instructions and treated everyone from the empty gate with the utmost respect. There was absolutely no offense intended.
That's odd then. This sect master has always been reclusive. He shouldn't know I'm a fake Martial God Hall Master. Could he be behind this?
Wang Hao, what are you doing here? Did you know I was here with the Hall Master? And deliberately came to obstruct us?
Yi Ching Cheng. You think too highly of yourself.
The Hall Master already had Nangong Zhu inform you to leave the capital. But you wouldn't listen. I'm afraid even the Nangong family can't protect you now.
I said back in Tianhai. I don't need anyone's protection.
That's because the Hall Master is merciful. Otherwise, I'm afraid your whole body would be as stiff as your mouth. Insolent.
Hey! Cousin. King Cheng was, how do I put it, your woman after all. Since you can't have her, there's no need for this, is there?
Hall Master, you must stand up for me. I just landed a few international brand endorsements with this slap. How am I supposed to show my face in public?
Don't worry, darling. I'll get justice for you today. Cousin, you're supposed to have left the capital already.
Not just the capital, but the entire world. I, Wang Hao, come and go as I please. I stay if I want to stay.
Hall Master, look at him. He's still so arrogant in your presence.
It's fine. Wang Hao, your strongest Azure Dragon War God, has already rebelled, and all the other war gods of the Martial God Hall are now under my command. Furthermore, I'm about to marry into the Nangong family, with the support of various factions. Do you think you still hold any power?
Then why are you here?
So it was you who made the empty gate sect master refuse to see me. You were behind it.
I see. So that old Daoist is the master of the #1 sect in the world. The empty gate sect master. You guess.
That old geezer from the empty gate refuses to submit to me. And he certainly won't submit to you. I'm about to marry Nangong Zhu. With the support of various factions then. What will you use to fight me?
You are indeed very clever. But unfortunately, you're using it in the wrong place.
Oh, right. And that Yi King Cheng.
The film was translated
You'll
and
never guess.
narrated by
The
M.
woman you
Media.
served for 3 years is actually writhing beneath me. Cousin, I truly admire you. Faced with such a delicate woman, how do you manage to control yourself?
Say that again.
What? Am I wrong?
Wang Hao, what are you trying to do?
Getting worked up over this kind of woman isn't worth it.
Ha! The Azure Dragon God of War isn't here right now. So you don't have any authority to manipulate the Martial God Hall. I'm guessing you came to the treasure pavilion to pick out a few suitable treasures to give to Nangong Zhu and propose to her, right? But don't worry. With me here, you won't be able to win a single item today.
Oh? Then let's wait and see.
Everyone, this thumb ring has quite a history. It's said to have been worn by Emperor Li Shimin of the Tang Dynasty. What? This thumb ring has such a terrifying origin? Is that true? Our treasure pavilion has been established for over 100 years, and we've never had a single counterfeit product. This item has been personally appraised by Old Luo.
Well, if Old Luo says it's real, then it must be real.
Enough with the chit-chat. Let's start the bidding. Alright, I won't waste any more words. Starting bid, 5 million. 5.2 million.
5.3 million.
6 million. Who is that? Just raised it by 1 million. Which rich kid is that?
10 million.
Hallmaster, even your bidding posture is so handsome.
Isn't that the young master of the Wang family? He's not just the young master of the Wang family. A banquet that's going to shake the capital. Have you heard about it? That Wang Xin, he's the hall master of the Martial God Hall now.
15 million.
30 million.
30 million and $1.
50 million. I told you. You won't be able to win a single treasure today.
Hallmaster, this Wang Xin is a bit too arrogant.
It's fine. Since my cousin likes it, then let him have it.
Hallmaster, you're so cool. It seems Hallmaster is also very interested in this item. In that case, I declare this item belongs to the Hallmaster.
Good.
This Tang Dynasty thumb ring, although valuable, is still just a thumb ring. Spend 50 million to buy it? Isn't that a bit of a ripoff?
Shut up. Do you want to die?
The next item is sure to be of great interest to everyone. It's said to be the Phoenix Crown, worn by our great Tang's only female emperor, Wu Zixin. Hallmaster, I want that Phoenix Crown.
The film was translated and
Okay.
narrated by M. Media.
This Phoenix Crown. Nangong Zhu should like it.
Starting bid, 30 million.
50 million.
80 million.
Who is that? How dare they bid against the martial god Hallmaster?
You don't know about this. This is the young master of the Wang family, young master Wang Hao. Just 3 years ago, because he offended the Wang family, was expelled.
Isn't this just an abandoned young master? How dare you even whiff?
This is their family matter. A small fry shouldn't comment.
300 million.
1 billion.
What young master? That Phoenix Crown on the market is only worth about 100 million. You're overpaying tenfold.
What?
Besides, we're out of money now. Your money? Didn't you use it to bribe the major families?
Forgot to tell you. Actually, the gift for Nangong Zhu. I've already prepared it.
Wang Hao. You dare lie to me?
No. Didn't you call the price yourself?
Let us offer the Lord of the Martial God Hall the warmest applause.
Stop clapping.
Lord, you're so kind. Spending a fortune for Ching Cheng.
Get out. Leave.
What? You said Wang Hao. He didn't leave the capital. He's still at the treasure pavilion, toying with Wang Xin.
Yes, young miss. This Wang Hao simply didn't listen to a word you said. Now, he's completely offended the Lord of the Martial God Hall to death. I reckon. After your wedding with the Lord of the Martial God Hall, the Lord of the Martial God Hall will make trouble for him.
What is he thinking? Toying with the Lord of the Martial God Hall. Does he think doing this will allow him to regain some ground? He's only pushing himself into a deeper abyss.
Young miss, what are you going to do?
I'm going to find Wang Hao, of course. I'm going to personally escort him out of the capital.
Young miss, the patriarch has ordered that you be confined before the wedding.
You.
Young miss.
What is it now?
That Wang Hao of the Wang family is here
What's he here for?
to propose marriage.
Propose marriage? He's being utterly absurd. Let go of me. I need to see grandfather now. If you stop me again, I'll die right here in front of you.
Young friend Wang Hao, tell me, what brings you here today?
To propose marriage.
Haha. Did I hear that right? You,
The film
a
was
discarded young master
translated
driven out of the
and
Wang family,
narrated by
say you've come to our
Me.
Nangong family to propose marriage?
Wang Hao, you waste? Haven't you harmed our Zhuer enough? You dare show your face here again?
Everyone,
Wang Hao, we already know about what happened at the send-off banquet. While this Yushin isn't Zhuer's ideal partner, but comparatively, he's the only one in the Daxia who is a match for Zhuer. Furthermore, our Nangong family has already received Wang Xin's marriage contract. Insolent.
well, now it's gone.
Insolent. You, a wastrel young master, dare tear up the marriage contract in front of us? Do you really think our Nangong family is nobody?
A mere war god hall. That hall Lord Wang Xin, considering your brotherhood, didn't give you too much trouble. Yet you've grown increasingly arrogant. Our Nangong family is also one of the 3 great families of the capital. We have no reason to indulge your bad habits.
Uncle. I'm telling you, you might not believe this, but Zhuer can only find true happiness if she marries me. And the Nangong family will prosper. It might even become the greatest family in the Daxia dynasty.
You waste. You're talking utter nonsense. Seize him.
The Nangong family is one of the 3 great families of the capital. How can you be so blind?
My Nangong family has already accepted Wang Xin's marriage proposal. There's no changing this marriage. Please leave.
Uncle.
Stop. I admit, I'm somewhat impressed by you. But Wang Xin is indeed the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall. While my Nangong family has some power, opposing the Martial God Hall would be a fool's errand. Father, what are you doing here? Ouch.
This is... Zhuer's marriage was decided by me. I said the eldest son of the Wang family. And I meant Wang Hao, and you. Thought any legitimate son of the Wang family would do. Is that it?
But, Father, we're no longer in a position to choose. Wang Xin isn't just a son of the Wang family. He's the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall. Compared to that good-for-nothing Wang Hao, he's leagues better.
What do you know? Incorrigible fool. You don't actually think. Wang Xin is the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall,
The
do
film
you?
was translated
Father,
and narrated
you can't
by
mean to
M
say.
Media.
He's the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall.
Precisely.
That's...
Impossible. He's nothing but a discarded young master.
Wang Hao, my boy. Old man, I wasn't wrong, was I?
You're always so insightful.
Father, at the expedition banquet. The Azure Dragon Divine Envoy said, the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall is Wang Xin, not Wang Hao. While he obtained the Martial God Ring, Wang Xin ultimately stole it. He's nothing but an empty shell now. To say he's the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall now, then, what proof is there?
You are all truly foolish. Who says the Hall Lord of the Martial God Hall needs the Martial God Ring as proof? This. Wang Hao, my boy. Prove your identity.
Good. My sword arrives.
This is the Zuan Yuan sword, the personal sword of the Martial God Hall's Lord.
Legend says this Zhuan Yuan sword has slain thousands upon thousands of foreign races. Just gazing upon it from afar, one can feel a chilling killing intent. Are you truly the Lord of the Martial God Hall?
Wang Hao, are you really the Lord of the Martial God Hall?
My life was saved by the former Lord of the Martial God Hall. In gratitude, I betrothed Zhuo to Wang Hao. You fools. You thought it was Wang Xin. If Zhuo hadn't found me, this Nangong family would have been ruined by your hands.
Daddy, although we didn't consider this thoroughly, but you said the Nangong family would be ruined by us.
How dare you talk back? The specifics. Let young Wang Hao explain to you.
That cousin of mine is deeply cunning. 3 years ago, I was driven out of the Wang family. It was him scheming behind it. And now he has usurped my position as Lord of the Martial God Hall. If he marries Zhuo, then the Nangong family's assets will be devoured by him. Just think, what kind of fate awaits you?
If that's the case, then why don't you kill Wang Xin?
Enough. Young Wang Hao has his own plans. Quickly return the Wang family's marriage contract.
Daddy, this marriage contract cannot be returned.
Are you forcing me to hit you?
Daddy, you misunderstand.
Misunderstand what? Young Wang Hao has his own arrangements.
It's not that I don't want to return it, but this marriage contract has already been torn up by Wang Hao.
It's fine, old man. If the marriage contract is destroyed, let it be destroyed. And since Wan Din has already sent out the invitations, then let him attend the wedding alone. The look on his face then should be quite interesting.
Good. I'll listen to you.
Wang Hao, although you are the Lord of the Martial God Hall, to marry my Zhuo, you must show some sincerity.
Don't worry, uncle. The betrothal gifts, I have already prepared them.
You're too stingy. This mere jade pendant is at most 6 figures. My Nangong family is one of the 3 great families of the capital.
Narrated by M Media.
Short-sighted fool. What young Wang Hao has brought out is no ordinary item.
This jade contains the spirit of a true dragon. It can ensure your Nangong family generations of prosperity.
Worthy of the Martial God Hall's Lord. Truly generous. In comparison,
Young Wang Hao, you've put in a lot of effort. Even if you didn't have a betrothal gift today, they wouldn't dare do anything to you. After all, this old man's still alive.
Grandpa, what are you talking about? This betrothal gift is something I should prepare.
What did you call me?
Grandpa.
Grandpa, I haven't agreed to marry him yet.
young master, you were looking for me?
How are the preparations for tomorrow's wedding coming along? Have all the factions in Daxia been notified?
Rest assured, young master. It's just that the Nangong family, up to now, hasn't made a move.
It's normal for the Nangong family to be quiet. After all, Nangong Zhu is unwilling to marry me. But now I'm not just the heir to the Wang family, but also the lord of the martial god hall. Even if the Nangong family is 10,000 times unwilling, they wouldn't dare defy me. So, they'll definitely come tomorrow. Have the Nangong family set off?
Not yet.
The Nangong family. Could they really dare to break off the engagement?
The Nangong family sent someone with a gift.
A gift? What gift?
Sunsets in the west, faces often seen. Water flows east to the sea, never to return. What is the Nangong family planning to do? They're too bold. Breaking off the engagement is one thing, but sending Wang Xin paper figures.
Look at Wang Xin's face. He looks like he's about to eat someone. Wang Xin is called upon over half of Daxia's top powers to end things in such a humiliating manner. If word of this gets out, it won't just be the Wang family's reputation that's ruined, but the martial god halls as well.
Now we have a good show to watch.
When you went to the Nangong family, did you notice anything unusual?
This.
Speak.
When this subordinate went, that abandoned young master, Wang Hao, was also at the Nangong residence. He and Nangong Zhu were talking and laughing.
Nangong family. Wang Hao, you're courting death. Azure Dragon.
This subordinate is here.
I want you to go to the Nangong family now and bring Wang Hao to me. He will await my judgment.
Understood.
I want to see if you, Azure Dragon, have truly pledged your loyalty to me, or if you're a nail planted by my side.
Hall Master's wife. That's what happened at the wedding.
You're still laughing. What wicked schemes are you cooking up?
The film was
If I were Wang
translated
Xin,
and
I'd be even
narrated by
angrier than
M
he is.
Media.
Not only did we ruin his wedding, but you also sent him paper figures.
I'm just giving him a warning. If he dares to commit such treasonous acts, he must bear the consequences, even if it means losing his life. Right? How is the investigation you're conducting by his side going? How are things progressing with the information gathering?
This Wang Xin is quite cunning. Although I've been by his side, I'm not privy to the core matters. I only know that he's the leader of the Mingshat Dian. The rest.
So, we can't act now.
Hall Master, but I'm troubled by the lack of information on the Mingshat Dian.
Azure Dragon has returned. This senior is the sect leader of the Empty Gate. You are no match for him.
What? The foremost sect under heaven, the Empty Gate.
Sin Senior has spoken. But we do have information on the Mingshat Dian.
I never thought the world's strongest would be so young. My Empty Gate has recorded all the information on the Mingshat Dian in this letter.
Thank you, Senior.
You're welcome. Although my Empty Gate is known as the foremost sect under heaven, we have never sought to be the first. We only wish for all beings under heaven to be spared from calamity.
My martial god Hall shares the same sentiment as the Empty Gate. I swear here and now that I will never allow the Mingshat Dian to wreak havoc upon the world.
However, I must remind you, Hall Master, that Wang Xin is a meticulous thinker. He has already sent men to secretly observe the Nangong family. If you don't want to waste your efforts, it's best to make some preparations early.
Ouch.
Young Master, it's confirmed. The Azure Dragon were God and Wang Hao fought. Wang Hao couldn't resist, and was subdued by the Azure Dragon were God.
Good. It seems that Azure Dragon knows which side his bread is buttered on. Ha ha ha. Azure Dragon. Well done. When I unite the world, you will be the true second in command.
I thank you for your cultivation, Hall Master.
My dear cousin, how did you fall to such a state?
Wang Din. You actually betrayed the Wang family and joined the Mingshat Dian.
Ha ha ha. Wang Hao. Don't tell me you still don't know why you were expelled from the Wang family 3 years ago.
What do you mean?
The film was translated and narrated by M.
Do you think the Mingshat Dian could maintain its position in the world without the Wang family's full support? 3 years ago, you slaughtered members of the Mingshat Dian. Do you know how much loss that caused my Wang family? You should have died 3 years ago. But your father protected you and bore all the blame for you. He was executed by the Wang family. That's why you were only expelled from the Wang family.
Are you saying my father didn't die of natural causes?
Of course. But what's the point of talking about this now? Cousin, I should thank you. You killed the Hall Master of the Mingshat Dian back then, which gave me the opportunity to become the current acting Hall Master, and a better chance to become the Hall Master of the Martial God Hall. I really should thank you, my dear cousin. And those two women, Yi King Cheng and Nangong Zhu. From today onwards, your women are my women. And your Martial God Hall. I'll take good care of everything for you. Ouch! Azure Dragon. You
You think the people of my Martial God Hall would betray me so easily?
So you and Azure Dragon were putting on an act at the Nangong family's place. The goal was to lure me into a trap.
You don't really think that with my strength I can defeat the Hall Master?
It's over now.
Wang Hao, you can't kill me. If you kill me, you won't know about the other remnants of the Mingshat Dian.
List of staff of the Mingshat Dian.
This list of Mingshat Dian members, where did you get it?
My purpose in coming here, first, is to kill you once. Second, is to take this opportunity to eliminate your remaining forces. This place is indeed a bit broken down, but you chose it yourself.
This list, where did you really get it? I should have known. That empty gate refused to submit to me. So he must have joined your ranks.
You're indeed clever, but you haven't used it in the right place. Now I'll send you on your way.
My dear cousin, you don't really think you can kill me like this, do you?
What do you mean?
Young Master, don't move. If you move again, I'll detonate the bomb.
Wang Hao, if I don't kill you, I swear I'm not human. Retreat.
Bastard.
His Mingshat Dian remnants have been eliminated by us. And our Martial God Hall has issued a kill order for him. Across the entire Daxia, there's no place for him to hide. Just let him linger for a few more days.
Congratulations, Hall Master. All the Mingshat Dian remnants have been exterminated. From now on, there will be no force in the world that can rival the Martial God Hall.
My Martial God Hall has never sought to dominate. We only hope that the people of this world can all bask in the sunlight.
Well said, but Wang Hao, your wedding with Zur.
Zur and I have discussed it. Our wedding will be held tomorrow.
Good.
Zur, I will give you the grandest wedding
Wang Hao has now issued a martial god hall kill order. Now all the forces in Daxia are looking for us. We have nowhere to hide.
It's all right. This young master's downfall is only temporary.
The film
Once
was
I recover,
translated and narrated
I will make that
by
Wang
M
Hao
Media.
and the entire martial god hall pay in blood.
This subordinate naturally believes in young master. Wang Xin has no way out. If I kill him and send him to the martial god hall, maybe I can trade it for my life.
Right. There's still some money in my backpack. Help me get it. Let's split it.
Okay. Young master.
The bounty from the martial god hall is quite high, isn't it? Wang Hao. Since you won't leave me a way out, don't blame me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, you guys go ahead.
Okay.
Right. I'll go change too.
Okay. See you later.
Didn't we just say see you later? Why are you in such a hurry?
Hallmaster, are you ready? Let the bride enter.
Strange. Why hasn't Miss Nangong made a move? Don't tell me. She doesn't want to marry the hallmaster.
Don't talk nonsense. Miss Nangong and the Hallmaster are deeply in love. Why wouldn't she want to marry him?
Then what do you think is going on?
Let the bride enter. I'll go take a look.
Hallmaster. We meet again.
Wang Din.
Ha ha ha. Hallmaster. Don't look at me like that.
You really are looking for death.
My Mingxia Dian has already been completely eradicated by you. I've been hunted down by so many people these past 2 days. Then why wouldn't I target a few people the Hallmaster cares about? To be buried with me?
If you dare to harm a single hair on Zur's head, I will skin you alive.
Ha ha ha. Wang Hao. At a time like this, you still dare to threaten me? Do you really think I wouldn't dare to do anything to Nangong Zoo, huh? This Nangong Zoo is truly worthy of being the most beautiful woman in the Daxia. I can hardly resist her.
You dare.
If you want to save Nangong Zoo, come alone to the warehouse from last time. If you're not there before nightfall, then prepare to collect Nangong Zoo's corpse.
This is unbelievable. This is terrifying. Wang Xin actually did such a thing.
How did he manage it?
I don't know.
Isn't he the only one left in the Mingxia Dian?
Right.
Hallmaster. It was my negligence. That allowed Wang Shen to exploit this opportunity and kidnap Madam. Please punish me, Hallmaster.
Wang Hao. Wang Hao, you must save Zur. It all depends on you.
Hurry up and go.
Don't worry. I'll bring Zur back safely. Everyone, please wait here for a moment. I'll go bring the bride back.
Hallmaster. This must be Wang Xin's plot. He must have arranged everything. If you go now, I'm afraid.
She is my wife. And the Madam of the Martial God Hall. Who dares to stop me? Death to them. You don't need to follow me.
Miss Nangong, you're awake.
Wang Xin, release me at once. Otherwise, when Wang Hao finds out, he won't let you off lightly.
Miss Nangong, we're all adults here. Don't say such jocular words. You're in my grasp. I still have a way to survive. If I let you go, will that Wang Hao spare my life? If he truly cared about you, he'd likely be almost here by now. A beauty like this. It all depends on what actions our palace master is willing to take for you.
Wang Xin. Wang Hao is the palace master of the martial god palace. Do you really think he'll let you manipulate him?
That ain't necessarily so.
Wang Xin, don't make the same mistake again. You can still stop now.
You want me to stop? That's a real laugh. I'm telling you. All of this is because of you. Back in Haicheng, if you had just obediently married me, you wouldn't be in this sorry state now. When Wang Hao arrives, I'm going to hack him to pieces right in front of you.
You.
Who are you going to hack to pieces?
Freeze! My dear cousin, you finally made it.
Don't worry. Release them both. And I'll leave your corpse intact.
Cousin, don't joke like that. Wanted posters are plastered everywhere. If I let them go, wouldn't I be at your mercy?
Oh, come on. What do you want?
I hear you've reached the transcendent realm. Dealing with me is as easy as killing a chicken. But if you cripple one of your arms, wouldn't your fighting prowess be inferior to mine? Wang Hao, today, I want you to cripple one of your arms.
Don't, Wang Hao.
I promise you.
Don't, Wang Hao. Wang Hao.
Cousin, oh cousin. What am I to say about you? For two women, you'd actually cripple your own arm?
Cut the crap. I did as you asked. Release them both. Let them go.
With you at the Transcendent Saint Realm, I have no confidence in escaping from you unscathed. Therefore, I can't let them go yet.
You're going back on your word. Aren't you afraid the martial god palace won't spare you?
Afraid? What do I have to be afraid of now? I'm telling you, all of this is because of you. If you had just let me kill you back in Haicheng, I wouldn't be in this predicament today. There's only one heir to the Wang family. And that's me, Wang Xin, not you.
Do you really care this much about such empty titles?
Empty titles? The Wang family heir and the martial god palace master are the most supreme honors in the world. You call these empty titles? Can you honestly say that you've never desired these things yourself?
If I wanted these 3 years ago, I wouldn't have willingly gone.
That's because you once had them.
Translated and narrated by M. Media.
And I didn't. All these things should have been mine. You dragged me down. So today, you must die.
I understand. Cutting off my arm was just a stopgap. You want me to commit suicide on the spot, don't you?
Precisely. Only if you commit suicide on the spot will I let them both go.
Why should I trust you?
Wang Hao, my patience is wearing thin. I'm not negotiating with you. If you don't commit suicide right now, don't blame me for being ruthless.
Fine.
Wang Hao, no. No.
I agree.
Wang Hao. Wang Hao. Wang Hao.
What are you waiting for? Do it!
Wang Hao. No.
Wang Hao, oh, Wang Hao. You truly are a sentimental fool. But what good is it? After you die, those martial god hall wastrels are no match for me at all. Wang Hao. I told you, I will take everything from you. It's a shame. After you're dead, you won't be able to see how I ravage your woman.
Are you so sure?
What? I clearly saw you get stabbed through the heart. How are you still alive? Are you human or ghost?
Transcendence.
I don't accept this.
If there's a next life, I hope you'll be a good person.
Wang Hao.
It's all right.
How are you? Are you okay?
The healing ability of transcendence is beyond compare.
That's good.
Wang Hao. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I didn't take it too hard at all. It's all in the past.
Wang Hao. Can we start over?
Our wedding is still going on. Why don't you join us for a celebratory drink? Let's go.
I'm sorry. Wang Hao. I lost you.
The Hall Lord hasn't returned. Could something have happened?
Hard to say,
The film
although
was
the Hall Lord's
translated
power is
and
unmatched.
narrated by M Media.
Wang Shen is no pushover. Plus, he was prepared. After all, it's hard to guard against a sneak attack.
Daddy, do you think Wang Hao can bring Zuer back?
Hard to say. That Wang Hao kid values loyalty and righteousness, but sometimes too much loyalty and righteousness is a weakness.
Any news from the Hall Lord?
They're still out of contact.
Could something have happened to the Hall Lord?
Shut your jinxing mouth.
The Hall Lords have been gone for a while now. I'm afraid we can't wait any longer. We're preparing to move forward.
Indeed. We can't just keep waiting like this. This...
My apologies for the long wait.
Welcome, Hall Lord. Hall Lord's wife.